Tutorial 11. Menus and Navigation. In this video, we'll look at creating top-level navigation menus and in-window navigation. Let's start with in-window navigation. Open the Businesses dashboard and move to the Contact Details tab. From the repository, drag the Contact Manager application onto our grid view header. This will create an action button that will open our dashboard. Switch to application mode and test your new button. A top-level menu application and look at how we can navigate directly to an application using its URL. Right-click on the Contact Manager application to access its configuration form. Add a menu item and we'll call this Default. We'll then add a sub-menu item and call this Contacts Manager. The display name will be Manage, and this will appear on the top menu. And then we will add a menu item to open the Contact Manager dashboard. We will reuse the Contact Manager action we created in the previous video. Sharing these actions between buttons and menu items is reasonably safe. All they do currently is open a dashboard, so it is unlikely that someone will add a lot of extra logic to them later. Now let's pin the default menu item to the top of the screen so we have access to it throughout this process. Before we can add a menu item to open the Businesses dashboard, we will need to add an action to do so. In order to do this, access the configuration form for the stream Businesses. Navigate down to the Action section. Add a new action. We will call this Open Businesses Only. We'll set the display name to Businesses. Now move down to Action Completion and tick the Open Post dashboard. Show the list of dashboards in the repository and drag the Businesses dashboard into the dashboard rules. Save your changes and we can now use the new action to create a menu item to open the Businesses dashboard. We'll do this in exactly the same way as we did for the Contact Manager dashboard. Save your changes and switch to App Mode. Click the PhixFlow logo in the top left-hand corner and select the Contact Manager application. This will load the Contact Manager application and the default menu will appear in the top right-hand corner. Test your menu works and it opens both the Contacts and Businesses dashboard. Look at the URL in the browser. You will see that PhixFlow has appended the name of the application to the base URL. It will have also added a direction to the default top menu. This is useful as you can now give this URL to your end users and they will access this particular application directly. Finally, we will set the default action on the top level menu. This action runs when the application is started and we will use the default action here to open the Businesses dashboard. In the repository, navigate to the menu section under Contact Manager and open the configuration page for Default. Here we will set the default action to open Businesses Only. Save our changes. Now, if we go into Application Mode and select Contact Manager, we will see that the Businesses dashboard opens immediately. Final note, you may have noticed that it's not been possible to change the display name on our menu items. This is because the display name is picked up from the action. So if you want to change the display name, you'll need to go into the action and change its display name.